Welcome to my classroom, homeschool moms and teacher friends. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how I teach the rule 2 vowels walking. This is part of my Reading is for Everyone series, and you can get my Reading is for Everyone book at the link below. Back when I was teaching school, I would get 2 students to come up to the front. I would let them both be vowels, and I would have instructed beforehand for the first student as they're walking along to be very bossy and say, be quiet, be quiet. The second student would just put their finger like this and just quietly, they would walk along, and that would demonstrate the 2 vowel walking rule. So after my children were born, I homeschooled them all the way. And so this is how I taught them the 2 vowel walking rule with 2 stuffed animals. So I tried to choose a stuffed animal that looked a little bit bossy, like this hedgehog here, or groundhog. I think that's a groundhog. And then I chose a more sweet looking stuffed animal like this little lamb. And so I just let them walk along, and here's the way that I did that. La 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 la. Be quiet. Don't say anything. I'll do all the talking. You don't say a word. Did you see that? That groundhog was bossy. He wanted to do all the talking and said he could talk as long as he wanted to. And that poor little lamb was shaking and didn't say anything. Well, that's the way it is when 2 vowels are walking. So your child will need to know what the vowels are. So if they don't know what the vowels are, you need to make sure they know A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Okay, and then we're going to write 2 vowels. They need to be able to recognize that both of these are vowels. And so the first one is going to do all the talking. So the first one is going to talk as long as it wants to, and it's going to make its long sound. Now, a vowel's long sound is its own name. So here, E is going to say E, and the second vowel is going to be silent. I'm just going to cross it out like that. So this is going to say E. Now, let's put that within a word. Let's see if we can make a word with that. All right, so let's put a letter H, and let's put a letter T here. Okay, so let's try to read this word. H makes the sound and T makes the sound t, t, t. Now, stop right here. If your child doesn't know the letter sounds, then you need to watch the last video in this series that I made. It's about learning all the letter sounds and the vowel sounds. So I'll put a link below so that you can watch that one first, because they need to know that this is the next step in learning how to read. And this is a particular reading rule. So once they can know the letters, and they should be able to read simple words, simple CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant words, then here's the next step. We're going to start teaching those special reading rules, like 2 vowels walking. So here we go. Eat, height, heat, heat, heat. Now, if you get the Spelling is for Everyone booklet as well, and that link is below, you'll see there's a spelling list that all of the words have 2 vowel walking rules, that same rule. So they can actually, I recommend reading that list together and practicing the 2 vowel walking rule. Let me show you what that list looks like. Here is the Spelling is for Everyone resource, and I'm going to scroll until I find the list with 2 vowels walking. It's right here, the 2 vowel walking word list. Now the first word I'm just going to cross out because that one is sneaky E. I'm not sure how it made its way on this word list, but the rest of them, as you can see, will be a great practice for your child to sound out that first long letter. Number 2, you can see, is the word heat. And so they can sound it out and just read this list. Even if you don't choose to have this as their spelling list, this gives you a great list that you can just practice reading. See, there's E, E, and I recommend that they actually mark, just as I've done here, go through and mark the words and then try to read them. So that's my lesson on the 2 vowel walking rule. So demonstrate with the stuffed animals and then show them in practice and then let them mark and read their own word list. So I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time for our next reading rule in this series, Reading is for Everyone.